Hello, good day everyone. How are you all today? Welcome to our today's this week forecast. Today is 31st of August 2020 and we will share with you the forecast from today up till 5th of September. Alright, investors will be looking ahead to Friday US employment report for August for a snapshot of how the labor market actually has recovered from the pandemic which is actually faring right now. So markets will also be keeping an eye on appearances by top Federal Reserve officials after Chair Jerome Powell last week announced a sweeping policy rewrite that puts more emphasis on bolstering the labor market than controlling the inflation. Alright, so the S&P 500 basically is on a track. Let me just bring you on a look of that. Looking ahead for the S&P 500, which is all-time high, right, and it is always on its track to post its strongest gains in 34 years, imagine, right, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average will have new names in the index, which is on today onwards, and I see that it is already going up, right. Economic reports from the Eurozone will also shed more light on the durability of the block recovery, while PMI data, which is actually listed on an economic calendar. Let me just share it with you quickly. Alright, so the PMI data, alright, which will be also, shed more light on the durability of the block recovery, right? So here's how, you can actually look into some of the major events this week. We have got August non-farm payroll figures to be released, which is going to be released on Friday, and also unemployment rate even though from Canada as well. Alright, so Friday payrolls will be anxiously awaited amid fears that the recovery in the labor market is stalling, with initial jobless claims hovering around 1 million per week. Alright, so the consensus forecast is for the US economy to have added 1.4 million jobs. Alright, so some analysts are speculating that the jobs report could be weaker than expected, so after recent poor consumer confidence that we saw recently. So Thursday report also on jobless claims, which is right here, right, will give more up-to-date snapshot of the labor market after recent reports indicated that the next stage of the labor market recovery will be much slower going, right. And also we have got Fed speakers speak. Investors will get the chance to hear from 3 senior Fed officials as they digest last week announcement of the central bank new strategy that would keep interest rate near to zero even if inflation rises above its target in order to bolster the recovery in the economy and the labor market. Vice Chair Richard Clarida is to give a speech on the Fed's new monetary policy framework on Monday, which is today, and Governor Lyle Brainerd is also set to deliver market the new policy framework a day later, which most likely would be tomorrow, who is actually New York Fed President John Williams, which is also due to discuss the economy and the pandemic on Wednesday, right. Having a look at on the stock market on Friday, you see on Friday, right, let's just say S&P 500, right, so the stock market surged to the 6th record high since forming a bull market on 18th August, right, powered by Amazon. As you could see here, Amazon also has been booming, right, and e-commerce, and so not only Amazon, we also saw a big jump in the Microsoft here as well, right, as we have indicated before here, buy triggers, it did happen, right. So in that rally that has highlighted the divide between the soaring stock market and a struggling US economy. So I see that stock market is actually benefiting from the weak dollar. So S&P 500 is on a track to post its gains, like I mentioned earlier, ever since 34 years. So all in all, we see that it has been on a good pace. So what we're going to expect this week for S&P 5, we see more upside coming on this. You see, it has broken this major pre-COVID levels like I spoke about earlier. And what is the forecast for this week? We see more upside on this. Any correction coming down will be another buying opportunity on this. Technology stock, US Tech 100, as you could see here, it is on a strong bullish trend, and it has just appeared another buying signal here because it just broke this pattern, and this is the buying entry for you. You see, previously it has also happened here like this before, and it was a buying signal. So I see this is the buying signal again, and you can actually execute your buy orders now. For Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is in the process of developing a rising wedge, and it is heading toward its pre-COVID level, which is going to be broken just like S&P 500 as well. So I see that this will be another. See, it has. If you try to understand the pattern here, right? You see here, and then from here, it has broken this resistance, came back and sat on this resistance, became support, and then started to lift up, and I see more room is coming up for this upside, and these levels are going to be broken. PayPal, no doubt has been doing tremendously well, and we see that this is another buying opportunity on this, because it has actually broken this. Because you see, we know it is in an uptrend. The most important challenge is just to find an entry, right? So it has actually already given worst to worst. Even if this can fall back on this will still be a buy. So it's all about waiting game, right? There you go. So this is what I see developing a pattern on PayPal, right? All right, so we'll have more forecasts coming on tomorrow onwards. Like, remember, we always are giving you London session forecast to scan the market, right? So we will be scanning the market complete tomorrow and day after tomorrow again to give you the forecast on what will be happening this week and how you can actually position yourself in the pitfalls of markets, because sometimes the market is up, sometimes the market is down, but we're always there to support you, to provide you the best entries, the best solutions to your positions. That is actually helping many of our clients to become profitable. So now having a look at on Euro USD, which a lot of traders are actually wondering what's going on with this, why is it not coming down? But hang on guys, we got to see some potential positive news for US data, but I see that this is developing a pattern to make a corrective structure to the downside, but we will see how this will reflect tomorrow, and then we can actually execute our orders accordingly. All right, and having a look on Euro GBP, I see for Euro GBP on this currency pair, we will see a downside happening this week, because if you try to understand that this is some sort of a descending triangle, and then on this descending, we have broken this support, we will see this pair to be falling within this week, at least to this level or to this level. Any corrective structure, it can actually also make a retracement, but overall will be pushing it down, right? So this is what we look at on Euro GBP. And USD Canadian, extremely oversold. We have got employment data coming out from Canada, which will be actually giving so as you could see here, it has actually reached to this particular levels of support, and I see this could be a correction coming on its own. However, let's wait and see what the market does, because as you see, it's on Monday, we cannot expect much from here, but definitely once we spot an entry, we'll be posting an updates for you. And having a look on the many currency pairs actually in the limelight, we will be looking at, I see GBP JPY is pushing up more further, but again this could be a very corrective structure which is still developing a pattern. Either it needs to, you see, once it goes down below, because from here it has actually broken this pattern here, and that's why it has actually gone up. Now if you are looking for a sell position on this, then it needs to go down from here and go down and falls back to here, which will be what 90 pips production in its direction. However, like I said, we will see tomorrow how the market will be responding and what new structures will be developing. All right, so guys, for now I'd like to sign off, and that's all for today, just to give you some of the weekly updates and forecasts, and having a look at on our economic calendar. We have got a lot of data coming out, and wait a second, yes. So initial jobless came, we have got employment data from Canada, we have got non-farm payrolls, we have got Fiji book, Fed Fiji book on economic recovery, and so ADP development employment report. ISM manufacturing has got very direct connection with the non-farm payrolls. We have got more and more happening this week. However, let's stay tuned for our upcoming webinars. Our London session forecast, which I believe is going to be very interesting tomorrow onwards. So for now, thank you very much It's a holiday today, but we are always committed to bring you at earlier for a week the forecast for the week and to give you the update what we will be doing this week. Thank you very much. And before I go, I would like to wish all our Malaysian clients, including myself, since I live in Malaysia. So happy Merdeka to all of us, and God bless Malaysia, and God bless all of you. Thank you very much, and bye bye.